सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। So, we have done up to 12. Geetha has been divided into 3 sections. They are called 18 yogas, means 18 different ways of connecting to your real being. 18 different ways of connecting your Godhood. 18 different ways of connecting to reality. 18 different ways of connecting to Brahman. We have 3 equipments: the body, the mind, the intellect. We, through the body, do actions. So through actions, we should be able to connect to God. That is Karma Yoga, first 6 chapters. The next 6 chapters, through bhakti, through devotion, through love, because we have the mind, body, mind. So the next 6 chapters talk to us how to connect to God through devotion, through love. The last 6 chapters tell us how to connect God through contemplation, meditation, Jnana Marga. 6 chapters karma, next 6 chapters bhakti, last 6 chapters Jnana Marga. The other way is first 6 chapters, the confused individual Arjuna. So the essence of all teaching is you are God, Tattvamasi. That is the essence of all teaching. They call it Jiva Brahma Aikyam. Jiva is not different from Brahma. So that is the essence of all teaching. So that essence is said in one Mahavakya, Tattvamasi. So first, the confused individual, Tvampada, 6 chapters. Next, talking about God, Tatpada. The last 6 chapters connecting this Tvam and Tat, Asipada. So we are today going to start the first of the last 6 chapters called Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga Nama. This is one of the most important chapters where what was started in chapter 7 as the 2 Prakritis, as knowledge and experience, all those techniques with details are given in this chapter. Very important chapter in meditation, 13th chapter. In 12th chapter, we have got techniques of connecting to God by making some adjustments through 36 values. Advesta Sarvabhutanam Maitraha Karuna Yevacha. In this chapter, because it's Jnana Marga, we are given 20 values. That means 20 adjustments which will make this instrument fit for meditation. So the 12th chapter values are all belonging to the heart because bhakti. The 13th chapter, all values belong to the head because jnana. You need both. You need both. And one very important factor Sri Gurudev always emphasizes, these values are not given to judge others. These values are given to know how much you are progressing. They are your GPS, right? So you should not try to judge others through these values. Okay. With that much introduction, we go to the text. Right? In this 13th chapter, most of the books don't have the first verse that is there in Gurudev in mission book. Gurudev gives the reason why it is not there in other books, why he has included. That is why Geetha, according to some editions, 700 verses, according to some editions, 701 verse. This verse makes the difference. Because of this verse, it becomes 701 verse. Why this is not included? Because Arjuna has not developed to the extent of asking even these questions at that battlefield. Therefore, this could have not been Arjuna. But then why Gurudev includes it? Because he says it makes the understanding simple, clear. This question makes the understanding simple and clear. Okay, let us start. Arjuna vacha prakritim purusham cheva kshetra kshetragnameva cha etad veditum ichchami jnanam neyam cha Keshava. He says, Keshava, one who removes the sorrows of others. I want to know these 6 terms. Prakriti and Purusha. That is one set of terms. Kshetra, Kshetrajna. Second set of terms. Third set of terms, Jnana, Gnaya. 6 topics divided into the 6 terms divided into 3 topics. All of them mostly are same. The only Jnana Gnaya, there is a slight difference. Otherwise, the Prakriti Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna are almost the same. Let us start the verse and then explain further. Next verse. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha idam shariram kaunteya kshetramityabhidiyate etadyo veti tam prahuhu kshetrajna iti tadvidaha. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha idam shariram kaunteya kshetramityabhidiyate etadyo veti tam prahuhu kshetrajna iti tadvidaha. Idam, this. Shariram, body. Why it is called Sharira? Shiryamanatvat. That which is subject to decay is called Sharira. It's called Deha. Why? Dahyamanatvat. Because it's burnt ultimately. Therefore, deha, sharira. Idam, this sharira, this body, because to me that is very close. That's not the closest, but that's very close compared to other things. All things outside the body are objects. Though from the spiritual standpoint, even the body, mind, intellect are objects of the subject, the Chaitanya. But for a layman, it starts with the body. When he tries to think of his ID, he thinks of his name, his family, his gotra, all connected with the body. So, idam shariram, this body, Kaunteya, son of Kunti, Kshetramiti abhidiyate. This is called Kshetra. What is a Kshetra? Field. Kshetra is called the field. Why it's called a field? In a field, you sow the seeds. And according to the seeds, according to the culturing, according to the various steps to be taken, the yield will come. So this body is reflecting the seeds that you have sown in that. It undergoes all karmas according to the seeds that were sown in that vasanas. And later we are going to see, that's very interesting, after one or two verses, the sharira is not the physical body alone. Is the mind, intellect, all of them are sharira. They are all bodies. Body, physical body is called gross body, sthula sharira. Sthula sharira. Mind and intellect is called sukshma sharira. Sthula sharira, sukshma sharira. The quality of seeds, the footprints, the vasanas, they are the cause of this according to the seeds. Your mind, your body, all will go through. So, what is the cause of the body and mind's different experiences? The seeds, the vasanas. Therefore, it's called Karana Sharira. Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira. Gross body, subtle body, causal body. In Vedanta, when you say gross and subtle, it has two meanings. One is outer. Outer is grosser, obvious. Second, that which is gross has limited expressions, has reach only to a limited area. The subtle one has a greater reach. Body can only be here. Mind will go anywhere now. It is already gone. Right? But mind also can only go to known areas. So intellect is even subtler because it can go to unknown, it can probe unknown areas also. All these things, at least you know to an extent. Your vasanas, you don't know. Therefore, that they are even subtler. Subtler than all of them, because according to the area of occupation, I said, self, Atman, being all pervading, being that is the only thing as Satchitananda, that's the subtlest because it's all pervading. So this is the meaning of gross and subtle and causal bodies. Body, physical body is gross. Mind, intellect is subtle. Vasanas are called causal karana sharira. When there are three bodies, three equipments, they should have somebody to serve. That is the master of these three bodies, body, mind, and intellect. That is me. That is me. Satchidananda Parabrahman. But this me invariably believes he is the body or mind or intellect. So he says, I am hungry, body is hungry, I am hungry, I am angry, mind is angry, I am dull, intellect is dull. So then he becomes Jiva. He is also called Kshetrajna. Kshetra is the body, mind, intellect, objects. The one who sees through them, the seer, these are all seen. The one who functions through them, the one who knows them, is the knower, Kshetrajna. This Kshetrajna again has two dimensions. One who loses his identity as God and believes he is the body, mind, intellect, is the Jiva. He is the Jiva. That is one Kshetrajna. The other Kshetrajna remembers he is the God, changeless God, and observes all the functions without himself not getting involved. So he is called Kutastha. The one who gets involved is called a Jiva. The one who doesn't get involved is a Kutastha. Up to 13th chapter, you escaped many technical terms. This is the first time you are hearing all the technical terms. If you do not know them, you go to somebody's lecture, they use these terms, you will be in a fix. You don't know what they are. So you have to know them. This, while you are listening to me, you may understand, but they have to be your own. Therefore, listen again, take notes, and contemplate. Idam shariram, this body. Whenever you say this or that, they are objects. So this sharira, which I said includes the body, mind, intellect, Kaunteya, Kshetra Mityabhidiyate. This is called Kshetra. Etadyo Veti, the one who knows them, Tam, him, Kshetrajna iti tad viduhu. The knowers of truth, the sages, right, knows it to be Kshetrajna. Why do you say knowers of truth? Because it says tat viduhu. Tat in spiritual language is normally God. That is why tat tvam masi. Why God is called that? For you now, he is not known by you, he is not recognized by you. You always look up whenever you talk about God, as if he is there at the skies and not in you. So for you at this level of understanding, he is that. And therefore they say, that God, what you think is that, is you. Tattvam asi. Tattvam asi. What is that? The concept of God. Ishvara. God means you have an opinion. He is the creator, sustainer, and annihilator. You have an opinion about God. He is all powerful, Sarva Shaktiman, Sarva Vyapi, he is there everywhere. Right? That is God. What about you? Alpa Shaktiman, Alpagnaha, my knowledge is limited. My energy is also limited. My knowledge is limited. My powers are limited. Right? Shastra says, you are thinking yourself to be Alpagna because you are now seeing yourself to be the body. But you are thinking of that God to be everywhere because you are seeing him through all bodies. Now listen to this example. The bubble thinks I am a small element. Wave thinks I am bigger than the bubble, but compared to the ocean, I am small. Right? According to the bubble, the wave may be some Kuti Devata. To the wave, ocean is the God. How do you say God and individual? According to the form they identify. What is there in the bubble is the same water in the wave and the ocean. As water, there is no division in bubble, wave, or ocean. The space in the bathroom, the space in the bedroom, the space in the kitchen, they are all one space, appear to be different because of the walls in between. Because of the walls in between. So also, you think you are the bathroom space because you are seeing yourself through the walls, but you are that infinite space running everywhere. You are that God. Therefore, they say, that what you are thinking is the infinite God is you, Tvam. Remember, this is highly technical. Tat, when they talk, is not Brahman. Because it's also conditioned. Ocean is Tat. Water is Brahman. Water is Brahman. Ocean is Tat. So Tattvamasi, Tat is actually God. It's not Brahman. Because all of us have a concept of God. All of us have a concept of God. So that concept God, powerful, Sarva Shaktiman, Sarvagnaha, is you, Alpa Shaktiman, Alpagnaha. What you have to do now, remove the name and the form ocean, remove the name and the form individual body, see what is common. See what is common. Common is water, common is existence, common is life, common is Ananda. Right? So it is these walls that make the difference. Remove them, you are that. Right? All removables, when removed, what remains is the truth. How difficult is a concept I have told you. And if you want more difficulty. Technically this is explained as Vachyartha, Lakshyartha, Jahar Lakshana, Ajahar Lakshana, Jahar Lakshana, Bhagatyaga. You will go mad. I will not do that here because this is not the subject. But why am I telling? See how simple Gurudev makes in the introduction for the 13th chapter. How beautifully, how simple he makes, you see, in the introduction. The introduction, it's on the first top of the third page. In the introduction, top of the third page. The spirit functioning through matter envelopments is the living organism. That dressed up in matter is the vainful thou. That truth dressed up in matter is the vainful thou. Therefore, man undressed of matter is the eternal infinite spirit. So who are you? If you see through the body, you are the individual, thou. If you detach from the body, mind, intellect, you are that God. So what makes you God or what makes you an individual is your identification. Okay. So etadyo veti tam prahu tadvidaha, the knowers of tat, the knowers of truth, the knowers of God, says this is Kshetrajna. And who is Kshetrajna? The knower. Either, I said he has two statuses. One the individual, the other Kutastha. Both are called Kshetrajna. Who is that? Let us see. Kshetragnam chapi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata kshetrajnayor jnanam yatta jnanam matam mama. Kshetragnam cha api mam vidhi. I am the Kshetrajna. Who? Bhagavan. Kshetragnam cha api mam vidhi, the knower through the eyes, through the ears, through the nose, through the speech, through the skin, all that is God, consciousness. He is the Kshetrajna. Kshetragnam cha api mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. I am the one who runs through all bodies, like the space runs through all the rooms, like the water runs through all the waves, bubbles, and ocean. I am the one who runs through all kshetras. Kshetrajnayor jnanam, kshetrajnayor jnanam, yatta jnanam matam mama. Arjuna's 6 questions. Prakriti, Purusha, Jnanam, Neyam, Kshetrajna. Out of that, Bhagavan took the Kshetrajna for discussion. He has explained what is Kshetra in the previous verse. Idam Shariram Kaunteya, this body. He will explain what the body just now, after 2 verses. Right? He will explain in detail. The body is the Kshetra. Kshetrajna, the one who knows through the body, the one who gains all experiences, the one who makes all experiences possible is Kshetrajna. He is called also, it will come later, Purusha. Right? He is Bhagavan only. Kshetrajnayo jnanam, yatta jnanam matam mama. This is the knowledge. He asked two. Kshetra kshetrajna, jnanam neyam, kshetra body, kshetrajna Bhagavan. What is knowledge jnanam? The knowledge of what is kshetra, what is kshetrajna, the difference. What is kshetra, what is kshetrajna? That is the knowledge. Okay. Shilpa, if your migraine is severe, you can take rest.
No, it's okay. I'm listening.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hari Om. Hari Om. So now he is glorifying this teaching. Why to glorify the teaching? So that you know how important it is. You don't take it casually. So Bhagavan says, Rushivir Bahuda Geetam Chendo Bir Vividhai Prutak Brahma Sutra Padai Seva Hetu Madhir Vinishchitai. Rishivihi, by the seers, knowers of truth. Bahuda, in many ways, Geetam sung through Chandobihi, through the Vedas, Prutak, distinctive, and also through Brahma Sutras. Brahma Sutra, Brahma Sutra Padaihi, the suggestive words of the Brahma Sutra, Hetu Madbihi, corroborated by logic. Vinishchitaihi, decided through logic. That is, any statement. Now, there are different religions. Forget it. In Hinduism itself, we have several schools. Mainly Dvaita, Advaita, Visishtadvaita. Fair enough. But does just stop there? No. In each, there are several subsects. Advaita, Sri Shankara's devotees themselves differ from each other, even from Shankara. Shankara's devotees themselves differ from Shankara. That being the case, how to decide what is correct? What is said is Shruti, head, Veda. You should apply logic, yukti, logic, and see whether it is logical. Even that is not enough, because sometimes a very so-called clever man can twist things and make it logical. No, it should be verifiable through experience, anubhava. Shruti, yukti, anubhava. Shruti, yukti, anubhava. Therefore, he says, all these rishis have sung through the various Vedas, chants, and Brahma Sutras, and all that. And I myself, Bhagavan says, Hetu madbihi, full of reason. So, full of reason, Hetu madbihi vinishchitaihi is decided. It finally decided through logic. Right? Hetu madbihi. I think there is one I missed in between. Right. Yeah, 4. Takshetram yachaya drukcha yadvikari yataschayate sachayo yat prabhavascha tatsamasena me srunu. Arjuna, listen to what? What is kshetra? What type is that? What are its modifications? What's its origin? What's its origin? Where it is? What is its power? All that I will tell, listen. And then he said, what I am going to talk is not mine alone. Rishibihi Bahuda Geetam. All the rishis have sung through the Vedas, Chandobihi Vividaihi and Brahma Sutra Padaihi Chaiva, Hetumadbihi, ascertained through logic. Now he is going to explain to us Kshetra. Mahabhutanyahangkaraha buddhiravyaktamev cha indriyani dashaikam cha pancachendriya gocharaha ichha dvesha sukham dukkham sanghatascetanadruti etakshetram samasena savikaramudakhrutam. Mahabhutani, the great elements. Prithvi, up, tejo, vayuhu, akashaha. Prithvi, earth. Up, water. Vayuhu, air. Tejaha, fire. Akashaha. Prithvyap, tejo, vayu, akashaha. So, Prithvi, up, teja, vayu, akasha. Teja should come before vayu, sorry. Prithvi, up, tejo, vayu, akashaha. These are the 5 elements. The 5 elements that we have seen are elements that are not pure. They have gone through a process. Most of you should have listened to Tattvabodh, called Panchikarana, 5-fold division and combination. Originally, they were potential in Bhagavan, not different from him. Like all the waves and bubbles were potential in the ocean. Potential doesn't mean they are there like you keep your purse in the cupboard. Potentially there, anytime they can manifest, anytime they can take it, because that's essentially water. So these tanmatras are potentially there in Bhagavan. In fact, the tanmatras are not these 5 elements. Tanmatras are forms, right? Sound, smell, taste, touch. These 5. But these 5 cannot express without a medium. So through what is the medium through which they express? Forms through fire, sound through akasha, smell through air. I'm sorry, the smell through smell through earth, because the smell is the quality of earth. Taste through water, touch through air, touch through air. These 5 original senses, potentially in Bhagavan, they themselves grossify and become these 5 elements for them to express. So what does it mean? They were there in Bhagavan, they were Bhagavan. He grossifies and becomes the sense elements, the 5 elements. There again, in the beginning, they didn't undergo the 5-fold division and modification. The elements that we see have gone through the 5-fold division and modification. What is the 5-fold division and modification? Though you must have listened through Tattvabodh, let me quickly explain. First, they divide into 2 halves. All of them become 2 halves. One half is kept intact. The bottom half is divided into 4 quarters. Each of this 1 quarter joins with the other element. Therefore, the earth that you see is half earth, 1/8 of water, 1/8 of fire, 1/8 of air, 1/8 of akasha. That is the elements that we see. But here, Mahabhutani, he says, those original elements which are called tanmatras. Tanmatra means that alone. That means the other 4 are not joined in that. It's not grossified. Tan matras. They were alone. Space is pure space. Vayu is pure Vayu. The other elements have not joined. Therefore, called tan matras. These tan matras are called Mahabhutaha. Mahabhutani Ahankaraha. Ego, Buddhihi, intellect, Avyaktam, Prakriti. In the case of totality, it's called Prakriti, Mahat. In the case of the individual, it's called avidya or vasanas. Right? That's avyakta, unmanifest. Even our vasanas are not manifest to us. Only when they manifest, you know, at that time, they are not vasanas. Right? The vasanas are latent. When you sleep, they are unmanifest. This in totality, because God needs a raw product. What's your raw product? What you are all your vasanas. That's your raw product. That's why it's called Karana Sharira. Bhagavan also needs a raw product, Karana. That is called Moola Prakriti. Moola Prakriti or Mahat. Moola Prakriti or Mahat. So, Mahabhutani Ahankaraha Buddhihi Avyaktam. Moola Prakriti. Indriyani Dashaikam cha. 11 Indriyas. What is this 11? I have 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnana, 10. What is the 11th? Jnanendriyas cannot function without the mind. So that's also taken as the 6th sense organ. 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 5 is 11. It's surprising. Only in Tamil, we clearly say Aravadaru. 6th sense is mind. So, Indriyani Dashaikam cha Panchachendriya Gocharaha. The 5 sense objects. What are the sense objects? I told you forms, sounds, smell, taste, touch, etc. Icha, Dvesha, and their modifications. Their modifications. What are the modifications? Icha, desire, Dvesha, hatred, Sukham, pleasure, Dukkham, pain, Sanghataha, the aggregate, the body, Chetana, intelligence, Drutihi, fortitude, Etak Kshetram, all these also belong to the Kshetra. Why these are also called Kshetra? Anything that you can objectify is called field. Whatever you can experience is called field. Whatever you experience is object. So the tanmatras, the 11 senses, the intellect, the likes and dislikes, joys and sorrows, they're all objects. Is there anything important here? Yes. They are not you. Therefore, why are you bothered when they are there? Pain, pleasure, all of them are not you, sir. Why are you worried? Let them be there. Because they don't permanently stay. Come and go. Icha, likes, desire, dvesha, hatred. They come and go. You just be a spectator. Why are you worried? That's a beautiful sadhana in this particular chapter. Observe the kshetra. Observe the kshetra as an observer. Then you become the second kshetrajna, the witness. Normally you get involved. When you get angry, you become angry. You yourself become angry. Right? So instead of that, you observe them. You objectify them. Then you become God. Very simple. High meditation. This meditation is called seer and seen. Druk Drushya Viveka. Druk Drushya Viveka. Right. And now he has given us three terms: Kshetra, Kshetrajna, and Jnana. Kshetra, I said, this body, which includes the subtle and causal bodies. Kshetrajna, I, the knower. Jnana, the discrimination between the two. Now, he is going to elaborate this jnana into 20 different values. Why jnana has 20 different values? Jnana is knowledge, awareness. No, if you don't have these values, you will not be able to recognize that truth. Through these values, your instrument becomes fit to recognize the truth. Nayam, what should be known? What should be known, Nayam, can be recognized only with the adjustments of these 20 values, like the 36 values we had in the Bhakti Yoga. So the vehicles that take you to that goal are also called as jnana. Gurudev gives a lovely example. You go to Central Station, Chennai. Delhi is in platform number 4, they announce. How can Delhi be in platform number 4? The vehicle that takes you to Delhi is also called Delhi. Similarly, these 20 values make you know the Bhagavan or consciousness or awareness, and therefore they are also called jnanam. These values, right? What are these values? Amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, shantihi, arjavam, acharya upasanam, shaucham, stairyam, atma vinigraha. Amanitvam. Manam means measurement. Amanitvam, no ego, in simple words. Measurement. What is measurement? You know who I am. You know who I am. I am the king of this place. All this comes under my kingdom. I have this many properties. I have this many cars. I have this much in bank balance. I have this many wives. This is called measurement. You measure yourself with your possessions. You measure yourself with possessions. Through that, what happens? You become limited. You are God. Everything belongs to you. You are God. Everything belongs to you. By your arrogating, I have this, I have that, you suffer their limitations. The more possessions you have, the more suffering. The more possessions you have, the more suffering. You detach from them, you become the master, Swami, God. That's why God is called Swami. He's the master. Right? So when you identify with your possessions, that's called mana. God doesn't identify with them because they are like dream characters, like the waves and the bubbles of the ocean. He is the water. Not to identify with them and measure yourself with them is called amanitvam. Adambitvam, show off. Show off. Right? Somebody told me there was some argument. At the drop of the hat, you show off your knowledge, they said. That is called show off. You understand? That's called show off. How much I know. Right? When I tell you how much I know, whatever I know, even the maximum, is not 1% of what is not known. So by my very process of wanting you to think that I know, I am only exposing my ignorance. I am only exposing my ignorance. If you pretend you know a lot and all that, you have a lot of these properties, people around you, power and all that, it's time that will definitely prove that you are stupid. Ma kurudana jana yavvana garvam harati nimeshat kala sarvam mayamidamakilam buddhva brahma padam tam pravishaviti. Do not estimate yourself with these changing, fleeting, finite things. In a split second they go. Harati nimeshat kala sarvam. Mayamayam, their only appearance, the waves and the bubbles and all that. Brahma padam, try to recognize yourself to be that. Vata. Brahma padam tum vish. So, amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, non-injury. Non-injury is not mere physical non-injury. Physically, doctors have to cut. You don't call them, violent people or criminals. Soldier shoots. You reward him. You give a reward. So, non-injury is not physical. Injury is mental, mostly through words, your attitude. Non-injury, you don't cause injury to others and you are not also hurt. Both to hurt or to hurt others needs ego. Wherever there is ego, there is death and sorrow. If somebody hurts you, you should know they are talking probably of your body, mind, intellect. I am not the body, mind, intellect. Don't try to quarrel and prove that you are not that. There is a lovely joke on this. Somebody goes on the road, you call him Krishna, he doesn't turn. Rama, he doesn't turn. Jesus, he doesn't turn. Hey, dog, you call, he turns. Because Krishna, Rama, Jesus, he is sure he is not. Dog, he has a doubt. Therefore, he turns. So what's your problem if somebody talks nonsense about you? Right? So that is called ahimsa, not hurting others or not being hurt by others. Ahimsa, shantihi, endurance. Endurance. Geetha, 2nd chapter, 15th verse says, one who can endure the pairs of opposites is the one who gets immortality. Why? Pairs of opposites all belong to the mind. When you can endure them, you have detached from the mind. When you are detached from the mind, you are that consciousness. As simple as that. So practice endurance, you will always be God. Shanti, arjavam. Arjam is straightforwardness. Trikarana Suddhi, they say it. Karana, instruments. Trikarana Suddhi, 3 instruments. Mano, mind. Vak, words. Kaya, body. You act what you say. You say what you think. There is integrity. This integrity is called Arjavam, straightforwardness. This is the reason Sri Krishna chose Arjuna to give this, because Arjuna comes from this root, Rujutva, straightforwardness. One who is straightforward, no cunningness, a simple person is only fit for Vedanta. If we read Mahabharata war, Arjuna is a very, very simple person. Arjavam, Acharyopasanam. Worshipping the teacher. Upasana, worship, Acharya Upasana is not messaging his feet and all that. It's a nuisance. Some people, 6 times they see him on the same day. All the 6 times they fall at his feet. It's a disturbance for him. That's not Upasana. Real Upasana is to live what he taught and to propagate what he taught. That is Upasana. Live what he has taught and to propagate what he has taught. Acharya Upasanam, Shaucham, cleanliness outside also, because outside not cleanliness, you can't meditate. Cleanliness inside also, pure thoughts, good thoughts. Right? Sthiryam, steadfastness. Today you decide to do 10 minutes meditation in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. 3 days you do, 4th day you don't do. So that is not the things. Sthiryam, Atma Nivedanam. Atma Nivedanam. Sthiryam, Atma Vinigraha. Atma Vinigraha, self-control, sense control. Without that, nothing is ever possible. Because if the senses are not controlled, mind runs with them. And when the mind runs with them, you cannot focus on the truth. Therefore, indriyartheshu vairagyam, anhankaram dispassion towards the sense objects, and absence of egoism, janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha dosha anudarsh, continuous awareness of the challenges and the defects of this birth, janma, mrityu, death, jara, old age, vyadi, disease, dukkha dosha anudarshanam, continuously being aware of all these problems of the body and wanting to get out of them. That alone gives you the push for liberation. Jnana, continuous awareness. Asaktihi anabhishwangaha putradara gruhadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishta anishta upapattishu. Asaktihi, detachment from all experiences, and especially anabhishwangaha putradara gruhadishu, total identification with putra, children, gruha, house, dara, wife, adishu, etc., etc. Son is sick, you are sick. Right? Recently, I read a beautiful thing from, this Nadella, Microsoft CEO. His son died after 22 years of sickness. When he was born with a problem. The wife handled it beautifully. The father was nervous. Wife told him, the problem belongs to him, not to you, not to me. So, the problem belongs to him. He is your son. Do what all you should do. Help him every way. He is your son. But why should you undergo the pain which he is already undergoing? How does it help you? That is called total identification. Putre nastaha, aham nastaha. Putre pustaha, aham pustaha. If the child is strong, I am strong. If the child is lost, I am lost. That should not be there. That's called putra, dara, gruha, adishu. Nityancha samachittatvam, ishta, anishta, upapattishu. In this world, continuously you are getting different experiences. It's not that you will only get pleasurable experiences. You will only get sorrowful experiences. They come in a procession. Joy came, joy left. Sorrow come, sorrow leaves. Why are you holding? They come and they go because you need them. Like the sweet and the bitter pills. They come, welcome. They go, send off. So keep your equanimity. Nityam cha samachittat. Tvam Ishta Anishta Upapattishu. You have no choice. Pleasurable things occur, unpleasurable things occur. Be a spectator without getting attached. Maintain equanimity, because these are all needed for jnana. Therefore, he is giving all these qualities for you to become fit for a contemplative, meditative jnani. Adhyatma jnana, one more is there. Maichananya yogena bhaktiravya vicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratir jana samsadi. Mai cha ananyena yogena, in me, to me, ananyena iva, without any other thought, yogena avyabhicharini, unswerving, undeviating, unprostituting, bhakti, devotion. Vivikta desha sevitvam, resort to solitary places. Aratihi jana samsatihi, distaste for the society of men. These words need to be explained. Ananyena yogena, without any other thought. How? My duties, who will do? If I only go sit in japa, all our duties are also serving God. That becomes constant meditation. See God in all that. Total meditation. Bhaktihi avyabhicharena. Right? Vivikta desha sevitvam. Quiet place, solitary place. This most solitary place is your heart only. Withdraw yourself from everything else. And relatively in the beginning, choose a quiet place. If you cannot get it, choose a time where everybody else is sleeping. I do that. I get up in the morning, Brahma Muhurtam, and do japa. Again sleep, because I go to bed only 1 o'clock. And normally, sometimes I get up at 2:30, 3 o'clock. I do half an hour, 40 minutes japa, and then go to sleep. Do that. Vivikta desha sevitvam aratirjana samsati. Distaste for society of men. Why? Satsanga is good, but these people, jana means normal, ordinary people. They only talk shop gossip. Do not try to be too close to them, because they will pollute your mind. Jneyam Adhyatma Gnana Nityatvam Tattva Gnanartha Darshanam Eta Gnanamiti Proktam Agnanam Yadatonyada. Adhyatma Gnana Nityatvam, continuous awareness of this self-knowledge, and trying to live with that. Tattva Gnanartha Darshanam. Adhyatma Gnana Nityatva, two things, knowledge and wisdom. So constancy in the knowledge that you gather through teachings, also trying to have the focus on that experience. Right? So one is theoretical, the other is experiential. Etad jnanamiti pruktam. These 20 values are called jnanam, because they are the vehicles that take you there. Ajnanam yadato anyada. Other than these 20 values, everything else is ajnana, means born out of ego, means ignorance of the self. And now he has told you Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana. Now Gneyam, what should be known, he is going to talk to us. Gneyam yattat pravakshami yajnatvam rutamashnute Anadimat param brahma nasat tan asat uchyate gneyam, that which should be known. Yet that what it is. Pravakshami, I will give you in all detail. Vakshami, speak. Pravakshami, completely give you details. Yajnatva, having known which. Amrutam asnute, you will enjoy immortality. What is that? Anadi, beginningless, means the very cause. Causeless cause. Because all our effects have a cause, we know. This has no cause, itself is the cause. Swayambhu, causeless cause. Anadi mat, param, supreme, Brahma, na sat, ta, na asat. Sat is Sat is manifest, Asat is unmanifest. One meaning. Sat is also the effect. Asat is called the cause. Right? But Bhagavan is beyond all the relative things, cause or effect, manifest or unmanifest, real or unreal. He is beyond all that. Therefore, Sat, Asat. Sat, Asat, beyond that. Beyond Sat, beyond Asat. So, what are the details about the Gnayam? Sarvata Pani Padam Tat, Sarvato Chishiro Mukham, Sarvata Sruti Malloke, Sarvamavritya Tishtati. Everywhere his feet, everywhere his legs, everywhere his eyes, everywhere his ears. And having run through all of them, he is also beyond them. Right? He is also beyond them. Sarvata Panipadam. Everywhere legs, everywhere hands. How? Sir, you are moving your hands and legs by what? By that Chaitanya. So it is that Chaitanya that is there in your hands and legs. So everybody's hands, everybody's legs, he alone is there. So everybody's legs, everybody's hands belong to him. You are seeing because of him. Others are also seeing because of him. So everybody's eyes belong to him. Everybody's ears belong to him. Everybody's heads belong to him. Right? Because he alone is the one who is functioning in and through all of them. Sarvata Srutimalloke, everywhere his ears, Sarvamavritya Tishtati. He remains enveloping all. Sarvendriya Gunabhasam, Sarvendriya Vivarjitam, Asaktam Sarvabhrutchaiva, Nirgunam Gunabhoktucha. Sarvendriya Gunabhasam, shining. He is known through all the functions of the senses. You are seeing, that means he is there, life. You are hearing, he is there. Because without him you cannot. So he is known, revealed through all the senses, and yet, he has no senses. You are seeing the light in the bulb, the sound in the TV, the form in the TV, the air in the air conditioner, all because of electricity. But electricity has no light, no bulb, no TV. Similarly, all experiences are because of this consciousness, but these instruments are not in him. Asaktam sarvabhrutchaiva nirgunam gunabhoktrucha. I support all, but I am detached. As water, I support the wave and the bubble and the ocean, but I am detached. As the waker, I support all dream characters, but I am detached. Space. I am the same space in the Ganga Jal pot. I am the same space in the spittoon. I am detached from both. asaktam sarvabhutyeva nirgunam gunabhroktucha. I myself have no qualities, but I am the one who supports all the qualities, good, bad, etc. I have none of the qualities in me, but I am the one who supports all of them. Bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charameva cha shutmatvat tadavigneyam durastam cha antike cha. I am outside, I am inside, but you are not able to know me because I am very subtle. I am far away, I am nearest. Gurudev is a beautiful example. You get the picture through radioactive waves in your TV. They are not only in our TV, they are everywhere in the atmosphere. All the radioactive waves are there all over and in the TV too. So Bhagavan is there everywhere. Bahi, Antaha, in you also. Charam, Acharam Evacha, in the sentient and in the insentient. There is life in the stone, there is life in the human being. But you do not know because he is very subtle. Because your senses cannot see him, your mind cannot think of him, your emotions cannot feel. But withdraw from all that, you can feel him present in you. He doesn't need any other instrument to know him. Through the light bulb, you can see everything else. But to see the bulb, you don't need another light. Through Bhagavan, you see everything else. But him, you don't need other light to see him. He is there at the farthest corner as existence, and the closest to you is the same existence. Durastham cha antike cha. He is at the farthest as existence. He is the closest because he is inside you. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vivaktam eva cha stitam bhuta bhattu cha tajneyam grasishtam prabhavitma cha. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vivaktam eva stitam. Undivided yet appears to be divided, like space. Space cannot be divided, but appears to be divided. Bhuta bhattu. He is the one who supports all beings. Existence is the one who supports all forms. The one who supports all forms is existence. The one who supports wave and bubble and ocean is water. The one who supports all ornaments is gold. Right? Grasishnu Brahmavishnu cha. He is the one who swallows everything and manifests everything. Right? Ocean is the one who swallows all the waves, brings out all the waves. Bhagavan is the one who swallows all names and manifests all names. Right? We'll see more of it on Tuesday. Right? Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyati Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you all. God bless you all.
Hari Om, Uncle.
Hari
Hari
Om,
Om.
uncle.